coaching sensation.
Well, it's always good to get back out there, especially after, being off and, for 8 weeks and, putting in all the things and the effort that I put in to get back. So it felt good. And, obviously, the fan base that we have is fantastic. They know how to make a player feel very welcome. And it just felt good to be back out there. Unfortunately, we ended up playing one of our worst games of the year.
The offense, the defense fluctuates from time to time, but what have you seen from the offense recently?
That's just the thing. If we're talking about being as good as we expect to be, our defense can fluctuate because there's going to be times that we don't score the basketball. That's just the nature of the game, and I don't think any team in the history of the NBA has not struggled shooting basketball, even from for extended periods of time. But the one thing that should always be consistent is our effort on the defensive end, and tonight it wasn't that.
How's the wrist feeling right now?
Well, the problem that I'm gonna face is just not strong enough yet. I knew coming back that I needed to reach a certain mark. But, I felt like I was good enough to go out and help the team in other areas. And, even the last jump shot that I shot, you can tell, you can see just what the strength was. But, all in all, you don't make excuses. You come out and you play, and then you got to find a way to be effective. And I will. I'll continue to keep working, continue to rehab, and do my job as a vocal leader and also on the court.
How do you feel about your overall performance tonight versus your teammates' performance?
We lost. This league is about winning. One of the most overused words sometimes is competing for a championship. And if our effort is going to be every other night on the defensive end, then we shouldn't use that word. I don't know if we understand just how difficult it is to win. And talking about winning the championship is very, very difficult. A lot of things have to happen right. And I don't think we grasp the concept of that quite yet. And hopefully, over these 30-some-odd games, we can do that. And at the end of the day, wherever we fall, we've earned that, wherever it is.
How do you guys find that consistency? You had that great road stretch on the road, and since coming home, it seems like it's been missing on certain nights. How do you guys find that as a team?
It's really a mentality. That's really what it is. The great teams in this league and in the history of this league, and even in sports. And you look at the Super Bowl. I'm sure none of y'all picked it to go that way, but when you looked at just the comments that some of the Seahawks made and their approach to the game every single night, they felt like they was the biggest, baddest dog, on the field every night. And whether they were or not, that was just their mentality. And that's what we have to get to. We have to get to not only talking it, but feeling it and demonstrating what we're talking about. And until we do that, we're gonna have these roller coaster rides. And the toughest part is that we can't win like that. We can't win it all like that, for sure. We maybe can get to the playoffs and win a round or two. But if we're talking about winning it all, then we got to adjust our thought process.
Do you feel that mentality is something that can be learned, or is it a lot of guys have it?
It's a learning process. And I think the best part about this team is that they are always inquisitive about certain things, ask a lot of questions in the locker room, and even to me. And it's something that we got to figure out. I mean, we've talked a lot this year, and we'll be good for a couple of games, and we'll result back to being the same way. And ultimately, what it comes down to is that we have to change somewhat our thought process, and that's being able to, nights where we can't score because we're a scoring team. Don't get me wrong, we're a fast scoring team, but we got to be a defensive team as well. And you want to try to mix those two things together. And nights like tonight when we can't, make a basket, we got to be able to slow guys down. And we just didn't do it tonight.